For this tasting, we're doing the McManus Viognier.
And the first cheese, Tome le Champ Doré.
It's a Viognier grape that we don't hear a lot of, and it's really, really good. It has lots of apricot and peach flavors. It's dry, but then you get a lot of like fruit flavors to it. So it goes with a lot of food, and it's really medium to full-bodied wine with lots of aromas, floral notes, and it's really plumped on your mouth.
Okay, what we have now is a wonderful treasure from our own backyard here in New Brunswick. It's a true wonderful cheese. If you've never had a chance to try it, you're just going to love it. It has this nice caramel, creamy, nutty flavor to it, a little acidity, but well balanced with a nice rind that is it's not washed or bloomy. It's more natural development that creates this little added earthy flavor to it, almost floral, but it's just beautifully balanced and just melts in your mouth. So if I take a bite of the Champ Doré, and let it melt a bit on my tongue. It brings out that caramelized lactose flavor, a little nutty flavor in there. And again, with the natural rind it's created, it brings a little earthy flavor.
Wow. With the wine, it's incredible. The Viognier brings out that earthiness, but still has that little fruitiness of the peach and apricot coming through. Wow.
And it blends beautifully with the caramelized flavor it's in there too. It's like much more sweet, the two together.
Yeah, and for bread-wise,
oh, again, with this, I'd say with the oat, an oat bread would be nice because, again, it would not overpower our flavors, but would bring a little added touch to it.
yeah, for sure. For plate-wise, like if you wanted to do another extra dish with this cheese, there's so much flavors going on. It's hard to kind of pinpoint what you could do, but it's limitless of what you can do with this cheese. Like a casserole with lots of vegetables, just to bring out that like sweetness of the vegetables with the smokiness and that. Wow.
And a grilled cheese sandwich.
Ah, exactly.
Second cheese, Chemin Hatley Road. And it's a wonderful floral flavored cheese, almost close to a Swiss type, but it's not really a Swiss. But it has the look of it, it has a certain taste of it, almost a little hint of honey in there. But it has a very unique taste because of its rind. Its rind is washed and brushed, which creates a little earthy but floral flavor that adds to the wonderful texture and adds to that wonderful Swiss hint of flavor as well. If I take a moment to smell this, it almost smells like a Swiss cheese. And if I take a bite, it really brings a little honey Swiss flavor to it. And with the rind, again, being washed and brushed, it brings a little bit of earthy flavor, but more floral earthy.
It's crazy because it brings out that, like you said, that Swiss kind of tart flavor to it, but then the apricot and peach is really predominant. Like it brings out those flavors.
Well, because there's already a little bit of sweetness in there, it just brings out even more. And it balances off the earthy flavor that comes from the rind. And I think it makes a big difference if you try it without the rind and with the rind.
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference. And what I see with that is like green apples, and you melt that cheese on top. Oh my God, I think that would be a perfect dessert.
What a great idea.
Yeah, and for the bread part.
Again, the oat bread would be the ideal thing. You could put some of that on oat bread and maybe a little bit of apple with it.
I know, that would be great.
Make a nice appetizer, right? The third cheese, Le Fou du Roi. What's interesting about Le Fou du Roi is not just the name. It is an organic made cheese, and what's nice about it is the rind. The rind has this unique pink-orange color and also has a bit of whitish added flavor to it from the penicillin that's added to it, which is a family of bacteria, which is all part of making the cheese. But the important of it is that it adds this wonderful creamy flavor in the texture because it's a semi-soft cheese, but it has a nice butter peanut flavor to it. So again, when it melts on your mouth, the aftertaste that stays there is that little peanut flavor that just melts with the creamy texture and leaves this wonderful memory of such a wonderful cheese. And take a nice little taste of that. Again, that rind, the way it's fabricated, creates, again, a little bit of mushroomy flavor, but more floral, earthy flavor that melts in your palate. And a little aftertaste of peanuts.
Yeah, and you know what? With the wine, It's a little bit more subtle than what we tried before. Like it brings it a little bit down to earth and not as much fruit as the other ones, but like super like earthy and grindy.
Yeah, and it does leave that little aftertaste of peanut that was still in there on its own, but with the wine, it sort of brings it out a little bit more. And again, something that could be very nice in a grilled cheese sandwich or something on a burger, I think would be very nice with this as well.
For sure. And for bread-wise, what would you suggest?
I'd say the oat bread again would be a good choice because of the flavors here. They blend in very nicely, and oat bread would sort of like make it a nice balance, the two together. A little piece, a little appetizer.
Yeah, and it wouldn't overpower it either.
Exactly.
Like it would showcase the cheese.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. Yeah.
So now we're going to do the same three cheeses, but with the Gérard Bertrand Languedoc Syrah Grenache. It's the south of France, so it has, the Syrah will give it a little bit of kick of spice, a lot of structure, and the Grenache is going to be like a medium-bodied grape that's going to bring a little bit more of flavor to it. So you're going to have tasting notes of licorice a little bit, and also a little bit kick of spice, and then red fruit. So it's a medium-bodied with lots of flavor.
Let's start with the Champ Doré. What I liked so much with the white wine was how much it brought out that sweetness and balanced the caramelized flavor and a bit of the earthy flavor from the rind. So what's the red going to do?
Brings in the earthiness.
More earthy. Is that because there's some oak flavor in the wine?
Yes, definitely.
Yep. So if you like that stronger wine, it brings out more pronounced flavor. It's less smooth than with the white.
Exactly.
So it would be more for somebody who likes Corset.
Yeah, I would say medium to full body wines for sure. In cheese as well, like it's a medium full body cheese with the rind. But again, like we said, if it's with the rind or without the rind, it changes everything.
It makes all the difference, exactly.
So let's try the second one.
Oh yeah, the Hatley Road, right? Chemin Hatley. Remember that little Swiss flavor? I think the rind's going to make a big difference with the red here.
A little bit more tangier. Look at it, tang.
Yeah. With the rind, we get...
So I get a drier style of on your palate.
That's, yeah. It still has a little sweetness of the Swiss flavor,
Yes.
honey, but because of the rind, it sort of dries on the palate after.
Exactly. No, it's really interesting.
Still leaves that earthy floral flavor, but more in a dry
Very
and
floral.
more pronounced, yeah.
Very floral at the end.
Yeah.
And the last one.
Oh yes, Le Fou du Roi. Let's be crazy here. Let's try that one. That too brings out some of the sweetness in there. Remember the peanut butter flavor I said was in there? It sort of brings it out more,
Yeah.
I find. If you think of the aftertaste. Maybe not as much as when you're tasting it on its own, or the white wine might have brought some more of it. This brings it balance, again, dries your palate a bit, but leaves
Yes.
that flavor and as an aftertaste.
Definitely. It has that full rounded peanut butter flavor that goes around.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I like it.